Is your character not as agile as you would like?
Karluk looks at Euphemia and says, I really wish he would have missed, and then just falls over.
Is DM's grace in short supply?
Oh, and the candles go out
Yeah.
on the Minotaur's horns.
Is compassion not your character's strong suit?
Minotaur more like beef or more like cannibalism? I'm asking for a friend.
Is persuasion your dump stat?
Be prepared for a caster. Please do not move on their own.
There's no caster here.
Listen long enough, and you too might learn how to roleplay 8 charisma.
And welcome back. Time for another roleplay 8 charisma. And we're going to throw it over to the halfling, the hobbit, the musician of no small water, Rafe Hollywood Granger. Where you go, Rafe?
Yes. So I thought of this. Both Seppi and Russ inspired me to do this, which is a rewrite of a song, which we'll get into in a second. But I'm thankful for the D6G listeners and all of you, because one of my goals is to practice singing in front of people, because I get extremely nervous. I clam up. I sound like crap. I think my voice sounds like crap anyway. And so my teacher says, you just have to do it. And there's singing in the car, there's singing in the shower, and there's singing in front of people. They're all 3 experiences. So this is a good chance for me to practice. The song is called The Ballad of Hamenkost. The Ballad of Hamenkost. If you'll remember, this was the sorcerer that was wronged. Russ played this NPC so well, or the wizard that was wronged for raising the zombies and having a zombie experiment without proper signage, as Seppi pointed out. This is his song. It's based off of a Jason Isbell song. And Phil, I dedicate this song to you, Phil. You guys hear that?
Yep. You can.
Yep. Couldn't be happy in the city at night. Can't see the stars for the dancing lights. Cobblestone's dirty and the river is worse. Underground sewers all run in reverse. Nobody here can summon like me. Everyone's turning on the 1 and the 3. Am I the last of my kind? Am I the last of my kind? So many people, so much to do. Winter's so cold, my hands turn blue. Old zombies sleeping on the filthy ground. Spend their whole day just walking around. Nobody else here seems to care. Walk right past them like they even there. Am I the last of my kind? Am I the last of my kind? Daddy said magic would always lead me home, but magic can't take me back in time. Daddy's dead and gone. The zombie farm's a parking lot for water leaps 5 and down. Am I the last of my kind? We're almost done. Am I the last of my kind? Tried to go to college, but I didn't belong. Everything I said was either funny or wrong. Laughed at my boots, laughed at my means. Laughed when they gave me Auntie's pie weed. Left me alone in a bad part of town. 36 hours just to come back down. Am I the last of my kind? Am I the last of my kind? Am I the last of my kind?
Woo!
Yeah, right.
That's for you, Phil.
Very nice, Rafe.
A very nice voice, Rafe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice strumming.
That's
I
like
peed my
4
pants.
rounds of combat right there. How much damage did he take, Russ?
Yeah, no damage taken. However, we had a no damage episode last time, which is very exciting.
Oh, that's right.
So normally our highest damage person does the summary. We don't have that person. So we can either randomly roll I'm looking for new incentives to figure out who should give us a summary, but I'll do it this time since we have no new rule, but we're working on a new one. I don't like this version of the rule set because it'll encourage me to wound people more. It seems like inappropriate. Like random dart in the dark strikes the halfling in the last 30 seconds of the game, and he loses a hit point.
I think it should be. I think it should be if there's no damage, it should be who wants to, because I know John's really good at it. Seppi's really good at it. Doc, I know I'm terrible.
Any
at it.
volunteers?
Or we can nominate people.
Or we can roll.
I like fans' choice as a rule breaker. We know X number involved, but that also is right. But I like it when Russ does it. Honestly, right.
I'll do the summary this time, but I like your idea, Seppi. I think we should tweet out to see a couple days before if there's a no damage session to get.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Folks to vote. We can either do it on Discord and maybe get some of the patrons or on Twitter. So we'll see. I like that idea.
Yeah, no, I like that idea because I would love people to sign in. And then if the fans have nominated you, then you can't be nominated again in the next selection.
Oh, like jury duty. You get a bye for a few months.
You get a bye. So the fans don't just their love of Craig doesn't give Craig it every week indefinitely when we don't.
Speaking of that, who's been the longest since they did a summary? Maybe we can do it that way for now. Who last did a summary?
Probably Pyric has been the longest.
I think it may be you, Seppi.
Takes any damage.
Are you saying I may have designed a game where I do not have to
now thinking back on this, Seppi.
That seems really weird.
I feel like you need to do a summary. I think maybe you can summarize for us.
Next time when we state a rule clearly that it ends up being my responsibility, I will put on my pirate pants and do this. But right now, Russ, since you guys had such a good time,
I'll do it. Fine. Although clearly it does say in the Dungeon Master Guide the DM can change any rules at will.
It's true. Yeah, absolutely. That is your prerogative.
So we'll go with the summary. So in the middle, we left our last session started with us still in the middle of battle at a very dramatic moment where Ulrich was staring down a challenge with a mighty hobgoblin captain. And everyone was standing agape to watch who was going to win this. And thanks to some very good fighting, a very small amount of underhanded activity. I wouldn't classify it as cheating per se, but there was a lot of assistance in one-on-one combat.
Creative problem solving.
Yeah. I mean, one-on-one honorable combat. It's open to interpretation, really. I mean, where does the one-on-one begin and end? Is causing a distraction really part of the single combat?
What is one after all?
Yeah, it was, and no one technically struck him at the exact same moment. So that was good.
I don't think anybody hit that guy except for Joe, right?
No. That was we did. We had a few moments there where I was kind of like calling myself the accuser. So I looked at the accuser, turned around, and said, "Hey, you know what? I can't hit this guy, and so will the one of us help out?" And so in one-on-one, we all one by one took him out.
That's right. And
we did.
And during the one-on-one combat where everyone else was supposed to not hurt anyone else while the two one-on-one combatants sort of solved this with honor, there was definitely no other people killed or maimed during that process as well, which is good. And thanks to that, there is still combat going on. So the good news is the captain was slain, and Ulrich was victorious, which is excellent. And so that's good news. Everyone in the room has been in the main room there with the captain also dead. The two dwarves that you guys came to save, Adric and Gundrick, are in fact safely stowed. They're alive. They are above 0 hit points, but they are also at maximum exhaustion, sadly, because they have been drained of a huge amount of blood, apparently. And so they are safely stowed into a back room that apparently has no exit.
That's right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said that's right. Yep. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So Karlik did that. And then also, let's bring you back to the little map here so you guys can all see this. And then also, meanwhile, just outside of that main room, which is reasonably secure now, I mean, there were a couple moments with the door opened and closed, and there may have been a fireball or two, but that worked out pretty well. But meanwhile, outside that room, it was time for Thunderwave at some point. So Thunderwave happened, which caused the remaining, seems like must be possibly the remaining denizens of Cragmaw Castle have also started marching about and have been engaging folks. And now there are a couple folks still in combat, one of which is Shadeen. Now, the good news for Shadeen is he is in complete darkness, as he likes to be. And he sort of backed away from this marching group of hobgoblins working in concert. But I think he may have just kind of underestimated the shape of the room or something and got himself jammed up in a corner. So the hobgoblins, there's nowhere for him to run. So they even though they can't see, they kind of know where he is. And in their classic military fashion, they've got him kind of wedged in there in this one little nook of the castle here, while the rest of the party is sort of spread around everywhere else. And that's kind of where we are at the moment. Did I leave anything else out big that anyone wants to add to the summary?
Yeah, I'll add a few things to it. We had killed just about the hobgoblins. We had killed off, but the goblins themselves, they had surrendered. And they had dropped their weapons, I believe, at this point in time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the goblins in your area have done that. That's correct. And so
the key being in your area.
Yes.
I was gonna say, did you pick up on that?
Right.
That
is correct.
The ones in our area to surrender. They just don't understand spider, apparently.
Yeah, the spider communication's not good. And Euphemia is over there with the spider, which is interesting because she might be a little nervous about that.
She can't see in the dark. She's fine.
It is dark, though, right?
She can't see in the dark. She doesn't know there's a giant spider hanging over her head.
No. So we're back at the top of a round here. We're still in combat mode because Shadeen is in a bit of trouble. Well, maybe he's not. I'm sure everything's going to be fine. So speaking of Shadeen, it is the top of the round. Is your turn, Craig. You are backed into the corner in pitch black, but you can see because thankfully you can do that.
Because I'm me.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
I am the Shadow Child.
Oh, Shadow Child.
To you. I'm gonna be
Shadow Child.
Scalpeen.
Shadow Child. There's something before we jump right into swinging at axes. I feel like as a group, we have one point of order that we must address. These hobgoblins are of such an echelon of danger and military might. They are above all other hobgoblins, in my opinion. Maybe we should call them snob goblins. How do you feel about that?
Goblins.
Russ has jacked them up to the nth degree.
You can take that up over their dead corpses.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
All right. Well, I've noted it in the notes, Seppi. We'll see what happens.
Snob goblins.
All right. Snob goblins has been noted. Okay. So, Shadeen, you're surrounded by snob goblins. What are you going to do?
So what I'm looking at is two goblins, and the guy who's bloodied is the hobgoblin, right?
No, negative. You're
No,
actually looking at...
I can't really see the token.
All right, I'm going to ping. Ready? This ping right here.
Yeah.
That is a snob goblin.
Uh-huh.
This ping right here, also a snob goblin.
Right.
This ping right here, also a snob goblin.
Oh, wow.
This ping over here, goblin.
Oh, I may need some help then.
No, I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna swing an axe at this guy right here.
I mean, the plus side, no one can see you scream.
That's right.
Craig,
I'm not screaming. I'm singing. I'm singing the anthem of the dying and the dead.
If you cut that one down, you'll make a passage to freedom.
That's true. That's going to be my plan.
All right. So he's going after the bloodied snob goblin. On
this +6 with advantage, correct? Because I am in the dark.
Yeah, you are. Okay.
No, that's not great.
That's a 2, but you have advantage. So, is that a nat 20? There you go. All right. So Craig has just rolled a natural 20, which gets him to the critical hit deck for players. Let's see what we get here. Again, our critical hit decks are sponsored by Game Master Toolbox. Here we go. You're using a slashing weapon, I presume. Right?
I am.
All right. You have slashed his calf for triple damage. Ouch. So roll all your damage from this hit and then triple it.
Okay. So it's this +6, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
So how about 36 points? Is that enough?
You just slice his leg off right at. It's like the.
Do I slice both of his legs off? Give me a little imagery.
You get both his legs just below the knee, so both calves go flying off. He flops down on this pile of rubble and slops down the thing, losing so much blood and going into shock and immediately dying.
Yeah.
Oh,
is that sufficient?
I love the double inverted spurting fountain of death. That's one of my favorites.
Well, then you're going to love this then, laddie.
Yeah.
So then I pirouette through the group here. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
And I laugh the whole while.
And they get no attacks of opportunity because they cannot see you. They are completely in the dark. So you have fooled them. Although by laughing, you're kind of revealing your location. All
yeah,
right,
but I'm laughing under my breath and the echoes are going everywhere because I've been inspired because I had my birthday dinner at Raglan Road.
Excellent. So you're excited. You're feeling confident, but not that confident.
You know.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, Euphemia, you hear a couple things, Euphemia. The darkness just shifted away from you now.
Yep.
So
and this is magical darkness, right?
What's that?
This is magical darkness, meaning
it was magical darkness. It was like pitch black, and then you hear this whack, this scream of agony, this thumping noise, and then you kind of like feeling pretty good. You look up, and above you on the ceiling is this massive spider.
Okay. I shiver. Yeah, I get that kind of shivering feeling, and I'm like, and then Euphemia says,
now, just in front of you, from the noise you just heard, is blackness still. So the blackness,
right? It's blackness, right? Yeah,
but you're not in it anymore. But it's right in front of you, like about, like about a foot.
I say, Bear Brother, is that you? Oh, I hope that's you. I hope that's you. And then Euphemia's action will be, her main goal is to always look out for the safety of her friends, the party. She first looks to Pyric. Can't see Pyric. Doesn't know what to do. Second, she looks to Shield Brother. Third, she looks to Bear Brother, but he can't talk. So she will wait for Shield Brother to take an action, and my action will be I will follow wherever he goes.
Nice.
Oh wait, I forget. I'm sorry. You can't do a move as a whole.
Move as a response.
But you could dash.
Nope. I'm gonna hold my turn, and then if Shield Brother's attacked, I will attack whoever attacks him since I can't move.
All right. Rafe, take a point of inspiration for sharing your logic tree with the party.
Ooh, I think I need that.
Karluk, you're up.
Pyric, have I ever told you about my cousin Matilda?
Oh no, I don't think you have.
She is a fine bovine. She's single. Did you know that?
Oh, I am open-minded.
Well, now I'm thinking maybe one of Ulrich's cousins or brother. Maybe we could introduce them sometime. Or maybe
yeah,
single. Have you ever asked him?
I don't know if I always assumed that they were married to death, or the death squad at least. I don't really know, nor do I judge.
I'll have to ask Ulrich if we live through this.
As long as I'm giving it, I'm still the man.
See here, Calic's going to move behind Pyric, and because the door is closed, I will hold my action. If the door opens and I see a goblin or a hobgoblin, I will viciously mock them.
Excellent. Also, Karluk, take a point of inspiration for exceptional small talk. All right. Pyric, you're up.
Oh, this is all very concerning. And now Ulrich's marital status all seems to be like the front of my brain. Now that the rage of the Oathbreaker has been removed from me, I'm starting to think clearly again. And the urge to burn everyone is less prominent. So I know there are goblins on the other side, but my number one responsibility is our two dwarves who we have rescued and put in the back room. So I am going to ready the power of the Nord if anybody opens the door who's not one of us.
All right. Excellent. And Thalric, what are you going to do?
All right, creeping along the ceiling, back into the darkness because it's my friend. I will. I'm going to eat this goblin's head off.
Okay. You had some webbing there.
Oh, that got ripped through though by the guys.
Oh, that's right. You're good. Okay, so you get through, and there's a goblin there staring at you. Yes.
All right. I am going to bite him in the head with advantage. Looks like I got an 8 both times, so I will miss his head.
You do miss his head. The little goblin somehow just senses impending doom and ducks just in time.
You roll a 3 twice. That's awful. All right, that's my turn.
Some days it's just not your day.
I'll stay there because I can take attack of opportunity if he goes after Shadeen or if that other guy does.
Okay. Ulrich, what would you like to do?
I look down at the goblins in front of me. They've dropped their weapons, correct?
They're cowering.
Okay. I am Ulrich Dane. I am Ulrich, the Dane of Morden. War is the place where life and death meet. This battle is over. You will tell me the secrets of this castle, and I will let you live. How many patrols are there, and how many more of your type are there in this castle? And I hold an action. If one chooses not to answer, I'm going to slash them down and turn to the other one and say the exact same thing again.
All right. Make a persuasion check there, Thoric. With you can make intimidation and with advantage because you're definitely in a very intimidating position.
I will. I'll do intimidation because I feel intimidating.
Nice.
You rolled pretty well though.
That's Russ.
Oh, was that me? That was
me.
Russ.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see how well I do.
Ooh,
there you go.
24.
He's like, we're everything. You've killed everyone. You've killed everyone.
So tell me now, where is the treasure in this castle? And where is the safest way to avoid the patrols out? Thank you, Pierrick.
All the good stuff's in the tower. He points behind himself towards the room. And a few things over in the storeroom.
Very good. And the safest way to get out, avoiding your patrols of hobgoblins.
I think they're all back.
So there are none wandering. If we stayed here for the night, none would return upon your life?
The hobgoblins don't tell me nothing.
I will spare your life if you speak true. If you speak false, you will die like your brethren.
I swear. Let me go. Can I go?
With the person that wasn't talking?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, for the one that was talking, you may go. To the one who wasn't talking, you stay.
Oh, man. The other guy's like, great. And he starts to go by you. Do you let him go by?
I let him go by.
So, Euphemia, a goblin comes out of the door behind you.
Yep.
But you were holding your action if anybody attacked, right? So he's not
right. That's right. Yep.
And he walks right by you and starts to head out the entrance you guys came in.
All right. I can't help but share this image. The image I have is that scene in Private Ryan. Remember that with the German soldier up in the tower, and he goes right by the corporal there on the way out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I let him go.
He runs. He starts running. As he gets closer and closer to the exit, realizing he actually might make it out alive, he just starts hoofing it.
Yep.
And then he's trampled by a wild pony.
Remember my name, Goblin.
All right, he's out. His friend is
apple bomb.
All right. Ulrich went.
Not my stripper name, my combat name.
Okay. The hobgoblins are going to try to sense a foe nearby, which is really hard because they don't know nothing. So this is a disadvantage roll. Good think. They had a nat 20, but they also had a 9. So they are going to
you need me to roll a stealth check?
Well, no, I'm just trying to make it's a hard perception check because it's dark. Okay. So no. But instead, they kind of know where they are. So because they know the rubble, they know the area well. So this guy just opens the door and sort of disappears in the other room.
Ooh, attack of opportunity.
Yes, you do get an attack of opportunity because he doesn't know you're there.
With advantage.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
you get advantage.
Again, yeah.
Oh my god!
She escapes. Woo. His buddy also goes for it. John, you get another.
You only get
one reaction. Yeah, you're better in a bear form, I think.
I missed so poorly. They don't even know I'm there.
That's right. They don't even know. All right. And the last remaining goblin, though, the last remaining goblin senses you nearby, John, the one next to you there. He senses you.
Oh yeah.
And so he's gonna swing at you at disadvantage because he's just panicking. Disadvantage though. He rolled okay. What's your armor class there?
Well, there's one's a 7, right?
Oh yeah. I couldn't see it on my thing. One is only a 7. So yes, he misses. So he flails around at you, does nothing important, but he felt like you were moving, so he was like, so he didn't want to leave. Okay, back to Shadeen. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What am I gonna do? What do you think I'm gonna do?
Well, the hobgoblins have gone. You saw them go through the door to your left there, just to leave.
Yeah. So I'm going through the door.
All right, you can do that.
Are they not here?
No, but let me describe this room to you.
Okay.
Where you are now, the one full of snakes. Hang on a second.
I love this idea that snakes. I love this idea that we do the entire session with passive aggressive combat. Well, what do you think we do, Russ? We're going to do this thing.
Ooh, I like that idea. I love it. Okay, so you are in. Let me see where you are here, real quick. Here we go. All right, you're in this is ironic. You're in the dark hall. It's a high, narrow hall. Looks as if it might have been part of a chapel or a shrine at one time.
Kind of the opposite of irony, really.
Yeah. Angelic figures are sculpted along the room's upper reaches, looking down on the floor below. To the north, just to the north of you, heavy curtains block a matching pair of archways. And between the archways is a cracked but ornately carved stone brazier, which is currently out at the moment. And make a perception check there, Shadeen.
Perception check, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if you say so. How about a 17?
That's pretty good. So you couldn't really tell if this partially cracked door over here might be where they're going, and you're kind of leaning towards that, but then you realize, oh wait, that curtain to the north is still sort of gently moving, and there's no breeze.
Well, either way, really, I can only get to I'm going to go for the curtain and peek through, and that's going to be my movement.
All right. So
can I peek through?
And you peek through, and you see 2 hobgoblins standing there.
Yeah.
Both with the weapons drawn, like waiting for you to come in, but kind of looking around in the darkness again and looking concerned.
Yeah. So is there one right in front of me?
There is one diagonally adjacent to you that is within striking distance. But he doesn't know you're there. He looks confused by the darkness again.
Yeah, I'm going to go swing for him.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so it's going to be this twice.
Well, there's
that's
one.
Bad.
But you got advantage, so that's good.
Thank God for advantage.
Right. There you go.
That's a 21.
That will hit even with his shield out. Yes.
Okay. And damage is going to be 16.
Ooh, you slice deep into his shoulder blade and he goes down.
Shunk.
Yep. All right, nice. His buddy just looks around, hearing the thump, and does not look happy.
Is there any way he can get a warlock ability that every time a fountain of blood happens, we hear triumphant horns?
Oh yeah. In fact, I can do that.
No, that happens just in his head. Yeah. All right. Euphemia.
Okay.
Back to you.
New plan. Euphemia, being the elected leader, although she doesn't understand why, sees that nothing has happened to give her any guidance. So she runs back into the room. And sorry, I was looking on John's screen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stops there, says to Ulrich, "What are you doing? We've got to go. Pops into here, 6, and starts to go to get the cousins and bring them out. That would be my full move, to go in and get them out as a dash.
All right. So you go in and they're both unconscious. Can you try to carry them both?
They were. I thought we healed them.
But they're not unconscious. They're both conscious, but they're like only semi-lucid, and they're not in any condition to walk.
Oh. I thought
they get exhaustion
five
level
levels,
4.
5 levels of exhaustion means your speed is 0, Rafe.
Yeah.
So they can't move.
Yeah.
Oh.
They need 8 hours to take off 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah, they're a mess.
Right. Or restorations.
I see. So it's more than just having 3 hit points.
Exactly.
There's a level of.
I like this new mechanic. It's actually a good way to deal with things that are not just hit points. Yeah.
Okay. Well, since I'll just play it out. So that I'm in there kind of like going like this. Come on, wake up.
Oh, Euphemia, I don't think we should do that. They need a little bit of rest.
Oh, okay, Pirate.
And I'm pretty sure Ulrich, Greed of Moradin, will not let us leave here unless we get all the treasures. And we should not fight him on this. I think he is right.
Okay. So Euphemia ends her turn by just being on Pyrrhic's hip.
Yeah,
I'll stick to you, Pyrrhic.
Oh, I think you should start searching that room that they're in. We got a certain amount of stuff, but there is plenty of things that need a closer look, Euphemia.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
So next turn, I'll search.
Euphemia's getting ready to look in there. Karluk, what are you going to do now?
When Euphemia slipped in, would I have seen the goblin at that point, Calic?
You would have seen. Actually, make a perception check. Let's see if you did. You may have been distracted.
All right.
Thinking about your cousin, your aunt.
Yep. Deep in thought.
Oh yeah, those dwarf minotaur hybrids. You get excited about those.
I have a picture of Matilda to show Ulrich, so I'm excited now that you think it might be a good match.
I think. Yeah.
I got a 10.
Yeah. So the problem is what we really learned last session is don't keep that door open too long. And so apparently the door was closed so quickly that you did not get a good chance to see the goblin. What would you like to do?
Euphemia, is Ulrich or Thrall or Sadine, any of them in trouble? Should we go out there?
I couldn't see past the door. It was in complete darkness, although I had a creepy feeling that Bear Brother turned into a spider, but I'm not completely sure.
All right. I'm going to go investigate, I think.
Okay.
All right. So
get Ulrich to get a move on.
Calic comes on out here. As I see Thrallric.
You see Ulrich and a goblin kind of staring at each other.
Right. I will look at Ulrich, wink. And,
there you go.
My action. If the goblin looks like he's going to attack one of us, I will viciously mock him. Otherwise, I'm just going to stand there and just look intimidating while there's blood dripping from my armor and I'm like barely standing upright.
All right. Excellent. All right. Pyrrhic, a bloody yet determined Karluk has just stomped by you and is staring down a goblin.
He often runs up to trees to get hit. He often, charges forward. He is so brave. And that really is a euphemism. He is so brave. But I'm gonna let him. Yeah. That's fine. So what I am going to do is help clear out my mental clutter. And since we figured out that Lord Hallwinter has died here, or most likely has died, I'm going to start the process of finding his most precious object, which was going to be the seal of Hallwinter. So I'm going to start the 10 minutes it takes to cast Locate Object on the Ring of the Ram.
Oh, nice. Okay, excellent.
Good choice.
Seppi, like take a point of inspiration.
Really?
For
okay, then. Thank you.
Casting Locate Object. And you just have to have seen the object, right?
Oh, I handled it and identified it. So
you did, that's right.
Yeah.
If he fondled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
but are you doing it regular casting or are you doing a ritual?
I have to do it as a ritual.
Okay, so it'll be 10 minutes. All right, so you're on that. That's going to be a bit of work.
I am just happy to be here for the next 10 minutes, which is pretty much the next 3 sessions.
Yes, that seems about right. Okay, Thalric, you're up.
All right.
I'm back a lot in the 10 minutes. You get a good value for your 10 minute of listening.
Yes.
All right. I'm still in the dark, so this guy can't see me, so I'm going to kill him, hopefully.
Yeah, you've been doing that really well.
I mean, yeah, everything I did well last time has come around the other way.
Yeah, well, it's better now. Less pressure.
All right. I finally hit him, but
There's a hit.
I'm going to roll my advantage just to see if I crit him.
Right.
I didn't, so I'll just take the hit. And we're going to do... So the minimum he's going to take is 8.
He's dead. You got him. You get him right in the chest, inject some venom in there, and he goes down.
So that was 1, 2... Is this door left open?
Which one?
The one that... Yeah, the one I saw.
Yes.
That,
I don't. Shadeen, did you close the door behind you?
I did not.
Nope.
I don't have time for closing doors.
That's right.
Glory calls.
You know what they say? When a door closes, a curtain opens, or the other way around.
All right, that's the farthest I can make it. So right now.
Okay. There you go. And I just described that room already. So there you go. You're in the same dark hall, which is extra dark now, thanks to
I'm on the ceiling again.
All right. Excellent. Oh, hey, make a perception check there.
Sure.
Yeah.
16.
Well, that's good. So thanks to your sort of nature ability and understanding, you see there's like these extra sort of like a lot of scratches going on the ceiling. Like another creature has been hanging out up here and living up here. And there's even some little splotches of like partly digested and then regurgitated and stuck to the wall, maybe for a snack later stuff stuck up here on the ceiling.
Nice. Does it look good?
In spider form, it looks like it might be a little tasty. Yeah, there's still some good life juices in there. You might be able to right out.
I'm a little busy, but I'll
consider for later. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark where they are.
Okay.
Right. Is it taste like vegetable stew or beef stew?
Might need a little snack later.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Ulrich, you're up.
All right, Goblin. One more time. Are there any other prisoners in this place?
Prisoners? No.
And if there were, what happened to the ones who were killed?
There were, I would tell you, because you're just killing things. So no prisoners. Is that a hammer?
Yes, and I'm going to hit him.
This goblin sounds eerily like your children voice.
He just irritated me.
Well, he's a young goblin. He's
a 18 to hit.
Yeah.
He's going to take 12 points of slashing damage.
Wow, just smash. So he's dead. Just blood there, unarmed. Nice.
Splatters all over.
I'm a little fuzzy on exactly how Vengeance Paladins work, but
well, I'm going to say this is when he goes down and go, and that's for not knowing the answer.
Wow. All right. Okay. I gotta write that one.
I'm very glad that I am deep in arcane ritual, so I cannot judge the crap
I don't even know what just
happened. Boy. There are some morally ambiguous moments that I am really happy I'm not witnessing.
One goblin lived to tell the tale. One goblin to know what happened here. The other one, he dies because all goblins must die.
Oh, okay then.
Bala Goblunis.
That was a Morden thing.
That is a Morden thing, but we're still pretty dark. All right, so
I'm gonna move. Let's take 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna step down here and step through the curtain and make sure there's no other bad guys here.
Yeah,
and there's nobody there. Then I'm gonna step back. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So that room, Joe, just so you can hear about it.
Yep.
That's definitely a barracks. There is a brazier there burning. The brazier's full of coals there in the middle of the small barracks. There are several straw pallets lining the east wall. Wall to the south has collapsed, as you can see there. But a door at the southern part of the wall there is looks like it had a massive bar on it, but the bar has been thrown aside, and the door stands open to a tower-shaped room in the distance.
All right, I'm going to step back here. That's 3. That's 5. That's 25 feet. Kowlik, do you need more healing, or do you have more healing for yourself?
I do not. I am all out.
I'll give me 6 seconds. I need to have another action.
All right.
And a nap and a sandwich.
Well, I'm good.
Oh.
Making a perception check here for a hobgoblin to see if he knows what's going on. He does not. He's going to run for it. So, but he's got to make a dex check to see if he can get out of the room the right way. Because it's dark. He makes it though. Disadvantage for the darkness, but advantage for knowing the area. So he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you see, well, you don't see anything actually. With blind sight, John, you see the hobgoblin move past the edge of the darkness and finally finds some light.
He's in my blind sight range too. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you see him.
Did he move past me?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Somehow he went out a different way than you are.
But you can see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see him.
I know.
He just went around. Well, you couldn't see for a moment. You couldn't see him because there was like literally a stone wall in the way.
Yeah.
But now he's back. So there must be another curtain on the other side or something. Okay. That's the hobgoblin's turn. And now it's back to Shadeen, who can see the hobgoblin clearly making a dash for it.
I laugh maniacally. And I hit him.
Okay. Let's see if you do.
Oh, poor snob goblin.
Yeah, they don't do too well by themselves or in the dark.
22.
That's a hit.
And for another 16.
Oh, he's dead.
Whack.
Yeah. Down. There you go. The trumpet sound. And congratulations. It falls quiet in Castle Cragmaw, except for some snickering going on from Shadeen.
Isn't there one more hobgoblin?
Nope. So
I don't know. Make a perception check.
Yeah, make a perception check. Oh no, there's 10 more right behind you. No.
An insight check to see if I numerically can figure it out.
Sure, go for it.
No, I can't.
All right. But with that roll, you're really starting to find those little blobs of goo on the ceiling, looking pretty tasty.
I'm going to start flicking them off at Shadeen in the dark.
Hey, now.
So we can exit combat and try in some kind of semi-orderly way to have a conversation.
I was ready to have a conversation.
All right, go ahead, Euphemia.
And I was next in the order.
Seppi's tied up for 10 minutes, so he won't intrude.
Yeah, Seppi's not on the talking soon list.
I know, but I don't know that because I'm in the room.
Fair enough.
So, out of character, I'd like to say Russ is so excited that Joe gave Russ a goblin to flee. So for the next 3 months, Russ can plot how this goblin will be our demise.
Yeah.
Talk about a snob goblin.
We will somehow
speak.
We will rule the day.
Just so I want to say, if that does happen, it is more reason why we have to kill every single enemy.
He'll be the one that starts a nunnery.
Yeah, exactly.
If he
Now,
starts
in character,
for helping people on the road, I'll see. I'll let more people live.
Right.
In character, I'll take my first action to search, and while I'm searching, I'm talking to Pyric, and Euphemia says, Pyric, I was thinking, I wonder, how long are these guys going to sleep for? Because we've got to get a move on. I mean, the whole rest of the castle could open up. And as she's searching and talking, after about, 2 minutes of no response, she'll peek her head out the window, the door, notice that everybody's gone, Pyric's in some sort of trance, and say, oh, and then go back to search. So I want to search and then move. I don't know how long it takes me to search.
Yeah, you're fine. You're starting to get the feeling that this room was used as a makeshift bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really smells a lot. It's just nasty. Not a lot of good ventilation. You've heard of a 2-holer and a 1-holer. This is kind of a 0-holer. So
I might have left that when I was scouting. Sorry.
Yeah. Good thing the dwarves are unconscious, although I'm not really sure it's doing much for their constitution.
Yeah. Well, she'll leave them there probably because they're too heavy for her to move anyway. So she will then take her next 2 actions, one being a bonus to double dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ulrich, what are we doing?
We're going to, once we know this is secure, we may camp here or we may travel with our brethren out to a safer place to camp. First, we need to make sure it's secure. I'm going to heal Cowlick first. I believe Pyric is doing some sort of arcane thing, which is above my pay grade. And my brother, and I'm afraid he might have fallen. It's unfortunate in the fray. I have not seen him. which is really terrible. I feel horrible about it. And and of course, luckily, I can hear that Shadeen is out there, so I'm sure he's doing a good job.
All right, I'll wait till you're done, and then I'll follow after you.
Keep an eye for any danger, and look out through the room. Search that you in there, and see if there's anything you can find out about it and what it was doing here. And I used to be a dark elf, and now I wonder if dark elves turn like that when they're killed. That's a good question.
All right, that'll take me till next turn. I don't have another action.
All right, I'm not going to use initiative steps, although we can if you guys think that's easier.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say, Russ. So I'm going to drop a heal spell on Karlik. Yeah,
why don't you go ahead and roll that now so we can heal up a little bit?
And then, so I do have it memorized. I am going to cast this. You get that many hit points. Nice.
That is a terrible roll. That's two. That's 2 ones. So
that's 2 ones. So 5 hit points back.
Oh, Jesus.
That's as good as it gets.
I'm almost
I'm not sure. That might be a sign from your god that killing in cold blood,
it may be a sign that I shouldn't be a healer. Correct.
maybe could be.
And that is now that we know that I'm not a major healer, I'm going to also use the rest of the time to get my brethren out of Adric and Gundren out of that room. And
out of the bathroom where you stored them?
Out of the bathroom. Lay them down here and here for if I can't move them.
I can move.
And then and we need to determine if we're going to stay here for some time and rest, regain our strength, or go out into the woods with our brethren and rest. What say you? If I look at Pyrrhic, what say you, Karlik?
Yeah, I think since we've taken the castle, we might as well go ahead and search it, see what else we can find. Maybe there'll be
a dwarf at heart, my friend. A dwarf at heart. How do you feel about this, Euphemia?
As long as you think it's safe, I mean, we should find the others. I'm a little bit worried. I've not seen Bear Brother in a long time.
I will guard the door, and I'm afraid I haven't seen him since the battle started. He's a wily one, so he may have survived.
I think Shadow Child's fine because I do hear his shouts of triumph. I'm assuming he's happy.
And occasional trumpets.
Yeah. They fight better than Doc together.
Whatever. I'm just going to follow Shadow Child around like his guardian spider.
And we're gonna start a 1 hour rest here, Russ.
We're doing a short rest in the main tower there.
In the main tower here, and I will camp out. Karlik, you want to stay inside the room, and I'll camp outside it. And Pierre, you want to move over so we can kind of I'll stay just outside here, yeah, with the door open. That way we can have you guys are protected somewhat from anything coming.
Can I spend the hour resting and investigating the ooh, or is that a separate thing, Russ? I don't know how to rest.
You can't rest and do much else, so no, you'd have to decide.
Okay.
And Pyric, so you're already doing. So in 10 minutes you'll be ready soon to do your locate object thing. Ulrich, you're starting to camp as well.
I'm going to guard the front door and camping. I'm resting there and on watch.
So John has said the spider is following Shadeen. So Shadeen, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know that there's no more hobgoblins. I don't know what.
No, you don't actually.
Otherworldly power you guys are tapping into that we're alone.
Yeah, right.
I want to go through this door and see what's through here.
Which door? There?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you go through the door. All right. Hang on a second now. Before you move any farther, let's see here. Okay. Good news. Good news. There's nobody there. That's the good news. The doors to the you kind of go in this sort of T-shaped room situation. And as you look across it, you can see some doors that look like they might have once been the main entrance that are blasted open over here. Don't move any farther. That are open right here. Put you back. Stop trying to move. There's these 2 doors open here that are blasted on the floor.
Yeah.
There's the door you just came through. There's a let's see. Oh dear. So as you're walking into the room, you feel this tug on your one leg, and you look down, you see, oh, look at this copper wire that I'm just kicking without being careful at all. And
well, that's going to hurt both of us.
make a dexterity saving throw, both of you, because the ceiling just starts to collapse and all kinds of rubble starts to fall down.
This is going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me.
All right, so what are we dex saving? We're dex saving?
We're dex saving.
All right, hang
I got a 20.
So
20. So Shadeen, you managed to fall back and roll back through the doorway just in time.
Oh, good.
Spider Boy, how'd you do?
Oh,
is that a natural one? Oh no, the natural one. Okay. So
I told you he wasn't going to make it.
First of all, we have to give you this lovely red card here, just like Sasha. So you got one of those. Why don't you go ahead and take that in possession?
So
no.
We get cards for saving throws?
Yeah, you get cards for anything you get cards for any natural 20s or.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. You. So, and you also take damage. So
I expect a song and a.
If you remember, actually, was the when the Hobgoblin Devastator made a critical fail, I gave Seppi a critical success and let him draw a card, which is the reason he one-shotted them. So if you're feeling like it's only you that get the red cards, it's not.
I thought you just gave him extra damage when he failed.
And that was a saving throw also versus lightning bolt or fireball. So now we're going to go ahead and roll to see how much damage you take from these falling rubble here. It is 3d6 bludgeoning. Here we go.
Well, now we know who's telling the story next time.
Yes, it is 7 points of damage to the spider. Collapsing ceiling.
I'm only borrowing these hit points until I turn back, so no big deal.
Yeah, just shrug it off.
That's right. Not a big deal. And the noise would also alert any nearby monsters.
I would like to point out that I did a backwards shoulder roll out of that. It was very impressive if anybody could have seen it. Sadly, the only person who could have seen it was busy dodging chunks of ceiling.
I shift and stand up and shake off all the rubble and dust, and then I glare with 8 eyes at the Shadow Child.
Valid. It's valid. I own it.
The other thing you might recognize there, Thrall, is that was called the cultist tumble that they often use with the traps they set. This is something that just cultists know how to do because they're often
acrobats and stuff.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That's why they're always in these robes. They got to have the freedom to be able to do the cultist
I would
tumble.
like to point out the logical inconsistencies in that statement. And I would like to posit why exactly this elf is trying to foist the label of cultist on me when he's the one throwing fire all over the place.
True. Craig, check your voice.
I speak only the truth.
Craig, check your text messages. And moving on now. So that's what Shadeen's been doing. It hasn't quite been 10 minutes yet, but close enough. So Pyric, after Shadeen and the spider do a little more exploring, you finish your ritual.
Okay. So after I've been in this pose for 10 minutes, muttering to myself, concentrating on all the good feelings I had for the future of Lord Hallwinter, and then this signet ring, you see that it slowly emanates as a soft glow, getting larger and larger, and eventually that glow goes up to the top of my staff, which is now like a lighthouse pointing in the direction of the object if it is within 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. Well, the staff, the beam centers right on the wall, right down the hallway, actually, it's shooting like right into Ulrich's forehead and kind of telling you to go that way.
All right. I know that Ulrich's head is empty, so I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on going on.
All right.
And following the beam of light.
Now, as you start to follow the light, I believe the spider wanted to do something.
Okay.
No, I was just wanted to tell you that if 10 minutes has gone by, your darkness is gone, Craig.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I will remove the darkness.
Do you want me to go with you, Pyric? Or
Yes,
would like to go by
please.
yourself?
No, yes. Let's. Nobody loots treasure like you, Ulrich. Bane of Moradin. Nobody knows treasure like you.
I'm a true dwarf, Pyric, and you two shall join the team. Team Dwarf.
As I see Pyric leave, I say, Pyric, don't forget to look for that human. I think he called himself the Butcher. I'd hate to leave him here.
Oh.
They said there were no more prisoners.
I liked that Butcher guy. I hope he got his statue. He really wanted to have that statue made of him.
Exactly. See what happened to him.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Seppi, move yourself. As you move past Ulrich, the beam keeps pointing due east. I'm sorry, west. Due west.
I would like the record to reflect that Seppi's now trying to find the Ark of the Covenant.
All right. now the beam. Let me do the distance thing. I'm gonna put the distance thing on here because everybody can see it. Now the beam is pointing this way, sort of like this.
Okay, but it's within 1,000 feet.
Yeah, but it's pointing this way. The way I'm the pink arrow.
Ulrich, we came in from the outside. Which way do you think we should go?
I have no idea.
The best treasure is in the direction of that beam, Ulrich. What's the best way to navigate there? Dwarves are great at dungeon sense.
Stay here while I investigate so you don't get hurt.
Yeah, I love that idea. Let's do that.
So I'm gonna move up.
Someone doesn't want to summarize.
I'm gonna move up here and see. Is there any way to get this way? Get through here?
No, the rubble goes up to the ceiling, so there doesn't seem to be a way to get through there.
So let us go. I believe it is always best to go south before we go west. So, oops, sorry, didn't mean to move myself. So let us go this way and then try to go around because I believe that goes just outside and there's no easy way back in.
Yeah, I often like to use my reach to go around. So I think that's a great idea.
Nothing like going south.
No. Like this podcast.
I'm going to move down and just tell me if I'm not going in the right direction. Move down here, Russ.
There's a bunch of sticky webs there, but you push your way through them.
All right.
And you get you don't have the light. The light's still behind you. The beam is trying to shoot this way now.
All right. So I'm going to move down again. Yep. I'm moving 5 feet at a time so you can stop me. I'm coming to a door here, it looks like.
Beam is still throwing this way. And there's a door there right in front of you there.
I'm going to go through it then.
And the door is open. And as you go through the door, can you go through it or do you need me to do it?
I can go through it. And then, holy crap, there's a lizard man. Kill it.
You see Shadeen. Beyond him is an open door. And beyond him is a spider partly covered in rubble.
I that was inadvertent.
All right, now wait, let's take a pause for a minute because you guys are doing a lot.
Yeah, that happened.
What would everybody else like to do? I know everybody in the tower is resting. John and Shadeen and Thrall.
All the lights went off in the part of the castle where I am.
The darkness turned out. Yeah, the darkness turned out, and now there's
But I have no line of sight now.
Oh, sorry.
I think because you don't have any dark vision. That's why.
I got this. I'll fix this.
Oh, please! I have devil's sight.
I know, but that's why I don't think.
Says the non-cultist.
That's right.
It's not called angel sight.
Right? Did that work?
Yes. Now I see. I see through time.
Definitely gone batty.
All right. So, Shadeen, you are good to go. So what are you doing?
I'll step aside and let the elf go through the door.
He's following me. See where I am? Can you see me?
And by the way, the
I
beam.
just see the elf.
So the elf is
there
carrying.
You are. You are. The elf is on top of you. I don't know what's going on there.
So Pyrrhic's carrying a staff.
You're not supposed to be able to see in the dark.
His staff is shooting out a beam of light, and the beam of light is shooting in a direct line right in this direction that my little pink arrow is showing.
All right. Well, I'll step aside anyway and let them pass.
And as Pyrrhic moves, the beam of light kind of keeps focusing on the same spot on the wall, even though as he walks, the light's like kind of pivoting as he goes to kind of keep focusing on the same spot.
Yeah, spider killer.
And there's a giant spider there now.
I give you that brotherly nod.
So I'm going to move 5 feet at a time, Russ. You can stop me if something falls on my head like rocks.
All right, you're good. Okay.
And what is this? Can I go north?
That's a curtain there. Yeah.
I'm going to peel the curtain apart. So can I step through it?
Yeah. Let me give you a little read on this room here.
Careful of traps, Ulrich. I feel like the rocks falling was not an accident.
What rocks falling? My brother often gets hit by rocks.
I'm back on
that's
the
true.
Okay, so you've entered what you're pretty sure as a paladin is a shrine. There's a stone altar in the middle of the room, covered with a blood-stained black cloth, and there's golden ritual implements: a chalice, a knife, a censer. They're carefully arranged on top of the altar. 2 archways, one of which you just entered, are in the south, both covered with heavy curtains. And,
I am proficient in religion,
Yeah.
Do I get a check to know what's going on?
Give me a religion check.
All right, let's do that.
Well, he's doing that again. Aye, the vendor.
I got a 12, which is not the worst because I'm really good at this, but not a really great roll.
Yeah. So a 12 is close. There are some goblin gods, and this is definitely a shrine to a goblin god.
Oh.
So you're pretty sure there's a goblin worshiping situation going on here because you didn't really recognize everything about it. You don't really know the name of the particular goblin god, but you're thinking it's a pretty goblin-y sort of thing.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
Ulrich, this is heathen worship. They were trying to bring their goblin deity to bear against whatever.
He is no match for the greater god of Moradin.
Oh, sure.
Is this a door, Russ, here?
Oh, wait, Joe, make a wisdom saving throw.
I can do that. I can do that in spades. Wisdom saving throw. Submit. 12.
Ooh, you feel a sharp pain in your head when you say Moradin, and you take a point of damage.
I'm not doing the recap. All right. So is this a door here?
Yes, to your left is a door.
This is a foul place.
The beam of light is still shooting right here, Seppi.
That way. Okay. So I'm going to step up here and I'm going to open said door here. And before I get yelled by a DM, it's okay if I move my character token through it?
You may do so.
All right. Ta-da. Oh, I got to move my screen over. I'm out of space.
All right. So you see what is clearly a storeroom. You recognize some logos and things from the various suppliers in the town of Phandalin. These are obviously some supplies that have been stolen from some of the caravans over the maybe months and who knows how long. There's old casks of salted meat and stacks of some rotting grain. Not of it's been used recently. And among the supplies, you see a bloody suit of chainmail, a heavy crossbow, and an unsheathed longsword with the emblem of Neverwinter worked into its hilt.
Oh.
And as you enter Seppi behind him, the beam of light shoots and focuses right down, hitting a very small patch, almost like trying to get through the chainmail that it's in the pile there.
Oh, I think we found the remains of our friends.
I guess winter has come.
And when I stand, I'm going to stand here and see if the light is showing. It's still shining.
The light is shining right in this pile of stuff. Right. Let me get a ping going here. Right here. Ping.
Okay. So is Euphemia naturally good with traps? Do we know if this is a thing?
Well, she does. I don't know. Has she done any detrapping?
Yep.
Okay.
She's currently resting in the lovely.
Wolves are naturally good trap finders.
Okay, then
we're gonna go. I'm gonna look through this stuff here and see anything that that Pyrrhic feels is necessary to take or to keep. The only thing I'm looking for is full plate. There's none there. It's obviously a scale mail on any of the hobgoblins or anybody else.
So as you're looking through some things, you're finding several things. You start to smell something. Make a perception check there.
Oh, so excuse me, Beans. Perception.
The spider doesn't get it because the olfactory glands are too weak for the spider.
Yes, I'm happy to look for things for you, Pyrrhic. I have noticed nothing.
Yeah, you rolled a 2, so you don't catch that. Although you do.
Should I roll 2, Russ, or no?
You can roll. You smell it not as well as the dwarf would have, but go for it.
And you said perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
I got a 21.
So I brought an elf.
It's not my taste, but I think I smell some pretty darn fine brandy.
Oh, brandy.
And there's a cask that next to the suit of chainmail. There is a cask. And when you look at it, you notice some dwarven markings on it. And it looks like it might be a cask of fine dwarven brandy.
Oh, fine dwarven brandy. Okay, so now that I'm within 30 feet of the object, do I know that the object is in this room?
Yeah, you can see that it's under. You're certain it's under the chainmail.
Okay, I'm going to switch then to ritual detect magic.
Okay.
And then I ask Ulrich to watch over, and then I see the spider. I'm like, we should. That religious altar is very troubling. One of you should dismantle it.
Is it made of wood? The altar?
It's a stone altar.
Damn it! I need an axe called Hue of Stone. I'm going to at this point in time lay everything out for Pyrrhic for his spell and just watch over him until he's done.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to leave the altar alone. That's nasty stuff.
Russ, there's no rush, but there's something I do want to do back in the other room. Whenever, it doesn't matter.
What are you doing? Well, why don't you go? Because they've had a while. What are you doing?
Well, Euphemia gets bored with her hour rest. So after about 2 minutes after Pyrrhic leaves, she starts to investigate the ooh and says to Cowlick, what is this thing? I don't really know, but I'll just look for stuff, see if anything pops out, so to speak. I mean, I don't want anything to really pop out, but I'll look.
I've said that same thing on many a Saturday night.
I regretted it at the moment I said it.
So, Karluk, you can make do you have anything like legend lore or anything? Why don't you go ahead and do that, Bard? As you guys are investigating this. It's
whoa!
Bam!
All right.
Nat 20 for those listening at home.
Yeah. Karluk, you get that card. Just put it next to you there.
So it's a 24 total.
That was Rafe.
That's Euphemia.
Oh, Euphemia, you get that card. Go ahead and take it.
Wait. I'm going to see if I can't figure it out. Hold on.
First time in history.
So, Rafe, what kind of check were you doing that you rolled your nat 20 for? So I get this description right.
What? Who?
When you got your nat 20, what kind of check were you rolling? Perception? Or?
Investigation.
Oh, investigation. Nice.
Which is a total 24.
Yeah. So the nat 20, clearly you feel like, when you were doing some of your training in this, you kind of realized some people were telling you stories. They talked about when they got to the section in sort of like rogue training around like, disguise and deception. They kept saying things like, well, you're not going to be able to fool anyone like a doppelganger can, but you're going to look really close if you can get this disguise trick. But no one can really be as good as a doppelganger. And so you're like, and then you realize, and when people talked about doppelgangers all the time, they talked about them as being these sort of formless entities that could change into anything. And you're pretty sure that this creature that's decapitated on the floor, this ooey thing, is probably one of those legendary doppelgangers that everybody talks about being as good a disguise masters as they are.
I relay all that to Karluk, talk about my studies. And I'm like, they used to talk about these. I think this is one of those creatures, is a doppelganger or something.
A doppelganger.
I've traveled a lot with the Harpers. Did I ever tell you, Euphemia, I'm a member of the Harper organization?
Get out. Really?
I know. It's amazing. They let anybody into that organization.
Wow. That's impressive.
In all my travels with the Harpers, I never came across a doppelganger.
I think this is it.
I think it is too.
Which sort of means, wasn't this the shadow lady or the witch hand or the spider lady or something?
I'm pretty sure. You remember that guy we buried under all those dead bodies? I think he was a doppelganger, escaped, was trying to hunt us down, and then ended up here.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going on.
Well, I'll make sure that we'll tell Pyrrhic. He might know more about this.
Black Spider. That was
Black Spider. So I think that must mean the Black Spider's still out and about.
Well, but why would a doppelganger pose as the Black Spider?
I'm I'm surmising that the black spider set him up for her. You know, like she had control over him, the doppelganger or something.
Maybe there's more than one black spider.
That's
there
interesting.
There could be a lot of black spiders. Huh. Maybe because they have 8 eyes, there'd be about 5 black spiders.
Yeah, we definitely need to tell Pyric about this.
All right. Excellent. So excellent investigating back there. Nice job. And meanwhile, while Seppi's doing his 10-minute ritual, is that a ritual, Seppi, or no?
It is.
Yeah. Ulrich or Thalric, what are you guys doing?
What about Shadow Child? What's he doing?
Or Shadow Child, what are you doing?
I'm just following along. I'm kind of fascinated by where is everybody else?
Aren't you fascinated by that evil like ritual? Like, don't you want to just put on a robe and do your normal thing?
It is sort of giving you flashbacks of like fond memories. Like
not fond memories, and it was just a couple days. I was just experimenting in college.
It's true. You were just there for the orgies.
I must have been adjacent to the wrong cult.
It was a military college, so.
Oh, it's a military college.
Russ, I'm going to flip open this door here that I'll ping. Oh,
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you flip that door open, you'll see there's another room in there. It also is empty. And in there, it looks like nicer. It looks like a nicer barracks than the one down in the other area of the castle just south of the tower. This looks like it's a little higher end. Some of the armor and other things are larger than goblins. So it looks like this might have been a hobgoblin, maybe barracks. There's some straw pallets.
Is there any plate mail or scale mail in there?
Well, there's brackets on the wall holding some weapons. There's spears, swords, morning stars, that kind of stuff. There are some damage on the north wall. And there are a couple of, chests at the end of the beds there. And on the 4 walls, you've got 5 spears, 4 long swords, 3 morning stars, 2 great swords, and a fine quarterstaff. And the quarterstaff might have engravings on it.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna push the chest through the door with my little 8 legs, and start pushing those out there. And I assume as soon as my brother gleans those suckers, he's all over them.
That I do, and lay those out for Seppi.
And then I wave with 2 of my arms while I'm in the door, pushing the things out with my bottom legs towards Shadow Child.
I get it. Okay, I'll go in.
And I
point back because I don't know what he's doing.
I point with 2 legs at the staff. I don't think I can pick that up.
Yeah. I pick it up and spin it around.
It is surprisingly light. And it has stylized feathers etched into it. And it seems like it's a high quality staff that might fetch a pretty good price.
Okay.
Very well. Good craft.
I'll bring it back in and put it with the other treasure that's being laid out.
I'll search the room. I'll use a perception roll to search the room if that's cool.
Sure. Go for it.
15.
You feel like you found everything.
All right. I squeeze back out of here.
And just so you know, Russ, I'm going to open the chest and lay them out. Leave the chest open for Pyric to gaze into when he has his arcane eye upon them.
Right.
I'm going to walk along the ceiling so I don't bump the meditating wizard, and then I'm going to pop open this door.
All right. That's the entry room we already talked about with the now triggered trap in the lower on the right hand side there.
All right. Anything of value in this little corner room?
That room, when you go into there, that looks like it's an archer post. So there's like a little window there opening up into the main entry area. And there's the arrow slit, and that's it.
All right. I'll go back to the other guys for now.
All right.
And then I'm going to go through all this in the picture, Russ. There's like cartons and cases and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through and just like, I don't know. I have a little bit of knowledge. I know that, like, for my spells, when I do my Exhaustion Undead, they can't go through certain thicknesses of wood and stone. So I'm going to lay them all out so that he can see through it, see everything as best he can. So nothing's hiding behind something else.
So I guess we'll just wait for him to be done with his thing.
Yep. Okay. Anybody else doing anything, or we're going right to that? Okay, so let's go to Seppi. You are completing your detect magic.
Okay. So when Pirate does this, it finishes meditatively holding the staff to his forehead. He then breathes out this air of chilled wind that anything that is mystical, especially the staff or whatever it is, that he then gazes upon, illuminates in some sort of northern lights kind of twinkle.
Ooh, nice. I like the northern lights twinkling.
Oh, I have a whole set of Nord versions of these spells. You got to know it.
All right, I love it. So, excellent.
Apparently the cold never bothered him anyway.
He never did.
Wow.
I was on a panel yesterday, and they literally put as my bio, part-time snowman.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. So, so you detect magic, and you look around, and there's actually in the actual room itself, there aren't a lot of glowing items. There are only actually 2. The staff that Shadeen is currently holding has got a pretty good glow on it, and so does a circular object under the chainmail.
Oh, okay. It's just the ring then.
You should walk through the altar room and then back to where the doppelganger was.
Okay. I will slowly walk my way.
Yeah, I will escort you. Make sure you don't get smacked.
Russ, can we do a search of this and then rest, or do we have to go through each room by room?
You can do a search. That's fine.
Yeah, just I don't know if we can all just walk. I'll take these guys the other way back to the room after we pass the altar.
Yeah.
So through the gallery and everything, so they can look at everything.
Right. Okay. So the in the altar area, as you're taking a good look at everything, nothing is magical, but you notice that the chalice, the knife, and the censer on the
dais
altar look like they're very valuable. Like they're made of gold and silver with inlaid gems, and they would be of significant value.
Just throw them in.
If you were to, touch them.
Not me.
But no magic. That's the good news. Where else you guys going?
I point at the daggers, and then I look at Shadow Child, and I'm just like,
I am getting proficient at reading the facial expressions of a spider.
That's my spider way of double daring you.
Russ, I'm also going to pull out that stone that glowed when the Frostbeards were out and ask Pyrrhic, does this glow?
Oh yeah.
It's glowing now, but it's glowing now, and it radiates magic.
Okay. If I put it down and walk 10 feet away from it, does it still glow?
No. As soon as if the spider and you are away from it, it does not glow.
Okay.
And it radiates. His detect magic spell detects magic, but it doesn't glow in everybody else's eyes. It does not glow.
All right.
There's something else Euphemia is going to do again. Whenever, no rush.
All right.
Go ahead. Nothing else in the leader's room or in the urinal or with you.
Oh yes. So in the leader's room, we already went through the items there. There was some good loot, but there was nothing magical there, other than the stone. Where else you going?
Are we leaving the altar?
We're gonna walk through we were just gonna walk around the castle. See if there's anything else that's magic. We got 10 minutes.
Shadeen, did you pick up the stuff on the altar?
No, I did not.
I'm going to look at you again and then take 2 of my 8 arms and do this.
For listeners, he's making a chicken symbol as best a spider can.
As best a spider can.
You can do it with 6 arms and do that.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
I sniff at you.
Okay.
Ulrich, we need to. These were some of them were at least worthy opponents, and we know that there are necromancers abound. We need to search, catalog, stack the bodies, and burn this place that was used for unholy rituals and torture to the ground.
What's the range on detect magic?
10 minutes in the range of time.
Yeah. Okay. That's not exactly what I was looking for, but it's helpful. Yeah, go ahead.
30 feet. 30 feet.
Okay. So show me where you're going to be walking while this is on to see if we can spot anything.
All right. So we'll go here. We'll go here. Tell me when you want me to.
Right. So again, as you're standing around, you're seeing the glowing axe of the dwarf, the glowing newfound staff of Shadeen.
And the ring.
And
somebody's card is on this board.
Yeah, that card was for whoever rolled the last, not 20. And then
I think I never got my card.
Yeah, you right click on it and take it.
Where is it?
Oh, we didn't make it a session. We almost made it. You right click on it and then choose take.
Why is it moving away?
It's my card.
Too late. Rafe got it.
Oh, okay.
You got to be faster.
Yeah.
Okay. Going through there, Pyric, nothing.
Where is everybody?
Okay. I'm running around the castle.
Going through there, nothing. I'm just watching them walk through. They're walking back through some of the rooms they've been in. And Ulrich's going into the main room. Nothing in there.
Nothing stops you from going right through these walls, huh?
Well, normally I have it turned on. I don't have it turned on here.
We're going back to the tower.
All right, everybody's back in the tower.
I say shadow chicken, but you don't understand spiders. So.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. I just nod at you knowingly.
You'll notice upon your return that I get to do something I've never gotten to do in a role-playing game. One is actually have animal checks matter. Thank you, Russ. And the second thing is you'll see Euphemia is puffing on the pipe, making animals. She's making minotaurs. She's making a sheep. She's making a cow. She's making a dragonborn. She's seen a dragonborn.
Hold up, Joe. The role-playing is happening.
As you get to there, so Euphemia is making these really cool animals. Karlik, you're seeing these animals, and you got to make a willpower check to not be overwhelmed with awesomeness. And while you're doing that, Pyric, as you get down to the bottom here, and you look in this room, this is another barracks, and there's a little brazier burning here, and there's some cots. And on the southern wall, there's this large door that used to have a bar across it that is now, the bar is on the floor, the door is open. Looking through the door, in the southern tower, you think you see a faint magical glow thanks to your spell emanating from down there in that region.
I trust Ulrich. I will chase after him.
Going into this room, this is a tower. The upper floors have collapsed and created this sort of hollow silo sort of situation. It's about 30 feet high, and the upper reaches are lost in the shadows. There's dust, rubble, broken glass covering the floor. There's old work tables and bookshelves strewn all around the floor. It looks like there's been a large creature in here just kind of causing all kinds of damage. There's just a mess of things flopping around. However, there's a battered chest in the corner, partly buried, that you might have missed, but thanks to your detect magic spell, you're noticing a glow coming from inside the chest. And you're feeling like it's possibly 3 magical items in there.
Oh,
3 different glows.
Ulrich, this chest, be careful, but there might be something in it that they placed the guard owl here. And also remember the lore of this place. Magus used this place in multiple ways and used to make these towers grow and shrink at one time. So this very place was alive with magical energy.
Very good. Stand back. I will find these traps for you.
The old-fashioned way.
So the one he's pointing to, I'm gonna open it up. And I do the immediate dwarven detection, which is that I swing it open immediately without checking.
Okay, excellent. Well, you succeed. Fortunately, there's no traps. So the chest opens. You had to get some rubble off the top of it, but it wasn't that hard. There is a good pile of coin in there, actually. Much to your dwarven delight, there's 90 electrum pieces and 120 gold pieces just sort of in a pile on top. But as you start to try to count the coins and look through them, you also notice 3 objects. And Pyric, as Ulrich is moving these objects around, you can tell that these are the 3 items that are generating magic. There is a potion, there are 2 scrolls.
Potion and 2 scrolls. Joe, do you have the coin? Did you write those down?
I just wrote it down. I take the scrolls and give it to Pierrick behind me. Here, these look like paper.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to look up the potion and kind of swirl at it. Does it look like red with gold flakes, or what are we looking at?
It looks.
Is it Goldschlager? And to the people of this castle, they like Goldschlager.
Smell like brandy.
You've seen healing potions before, and it looks like it, so it must be one.
In 5th edition, Pyric, they actually, I mean, Russ may not play it this way, but they actually, healing potions are red, and the more gold they have in them, the more powerful they are.
Yep.
Oh.
It is red with gold.
All right. We
Everything's
can
color-coded.
we can divide this among others when we get back to the group. Shall we continue through the keep, friend Pierrick?
Absolutely. So that would be, we actually have healing potions now.
We're getting near the end. You got about a minute left here on your spell there, buddy.
Oh, we gotta hoof it.
All right, we are hoofing it.
All right, where are we heading now? So you've been through this area before. Again, there's some bats flying around this room. No big deal. Where you want to head now, Joe?
Russ, if I see any praying mantises or rats, I just
you just squish them.
Yeah. Oh, I just eat them all. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This room, as you enter here, this is obviously look like a mess hall. Maybe there was it was a banquet hall that's been converted into a West Hall. So the western portion of this large hall ends in a wall of rubble. The remainder of it's still intact. Again, it was probably the banquet hall, soaring ceiling, 25 feet high, 2 large wooden tables, plain benches scattered around, dirty dishes, stew pots, and a bunch of half-eaten food that was freshly made, but looks like somebody interrupted them in the middle of their meal. I'm not sure who that might have been. And that's the end of that room.
All right. And then
as you head down, you find another barracks down in the corner.
Yep.
In that other tower there. Looks like goblins are sleeping there. Not too impressive. And then the last room you just found there is another arrow room with an arrow slit guarding the main entrance.
All right. We're just gonna head back at this point in time. I'm very happy with the hall we have.
All right.
And I don't know if there's any place else to go. But and then just to be sure, none of the hobgoblins had superior armor like say scale or plate.
Some of them had let's see. Let me bring them back up again. They did have some.
I think it's chainmail and half plate.
It's chainmail. The leader had a half plate, and everybody else had chainmail and shield.
Yeah. All right.
You find plate mail, but it's goblin sized.
But it's halfling sized.
God piece.
Do I, with my profuse knowledge of goblins, feel that destroying this altar would make a difference, or not? As I'm walking back to this room.
Make a difference in what way? What are you hoping to make a difference in?
Make me feel better. Would it make a difference if I destroyed the altar? Like if I tried to, it's made of stone. I assume it's just a stone block, right?
Well, you could do did you do a religion check on it? You didn't. It was actually,
I did not do a religion check on it.
So you would have to you have to kind of examine it more closely and really think about it to decide if there's something.
All right. I'm going to spend all of 12 seconds thinking about this.
Well, you need to look at go ahead and try this out.
All right. Well, there's my religion roll.
Okay. You're not sure. It's some god, it's not your own god, and that's all you really care about.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I hate these things. I'm gonna just kind of spat at it.
Make a wisdom save.
I do make a wisdom save. And I laugh at you because my wisdom is awesome. I'm super wise. 22.
Ooh. So you feel
is wise.
You feel a pain starting to form in your head again, but you feel the power of Morden push back, and you feel like you're glowing a bit, and then the altar starts to vibrate, and it says, "Your false god has no power here, dwarf," and it begins to radiate energy towards you, and it looks like it's getting warmer and warmer.
Uh-oh.
So it's a space heater. Great.
You have 3 minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
Now, just
it's getting really warm, Joe.
Okay, but is this
even just standing 10 feet away? It's getting really.
Okay.
Okay, but is this or is it just a block of stone?
It is covered in cloth. The cloth is starting to smolder. It's like someone left the cloth on a burning fire, and the cloth's starting to smolder on there. and even the three really valuable objects on there are starting to sort of glow with a bit of heat on them.
Clear. Move along, people. Nothing to see here. We're not taking any chances. We're moving down. I would keep moving, Pyrrhic. That thing the whole thing might blow.
Yeah.
Shadeen, how long are you going to stare at there, Shadeen? Oh, he's out.
Oh, I'm left. I'm hoofing it right after.
Do we still feel the heat and the energy? Like this is going to consume all the arcane energy of this castle and blow up? Do I get that sense?
Make an Arcana check there with all your bonuses of being.
All right, I'm going to use inspiration in this instance because my inherent coward sense has now been triggered, and I must put self-preservation over style. All right, here we go. Here's my character sheet, and Arcana is going to be even +1 for this, and so I roll 1. Which is a very obnoxiously hard number. That's 17 with an 8. And then the second one,
17 with
I'm glad I rolled it used inspiration. That is
nice
great.
job. You avoided the critical fail there. So with an 18, you're feeling like you don't know if the castle's going to blow up or anything, but you do realize that it seems like there's some kind of the religious aspect of that is tied into the ancient arcana aspect of the castle, and it's leveraging that connection. And somehow it's been triggered.
Okay. So Ulrich, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. And number 2, you have now made whatever it is unhappy in the exact same way that the magical energies were interwoven at the grove. So we have to leave now.
It is nothing compared to the might of Morden. But
yes, and
go.
The might of Morden is wisdom, and wisdom says, let this place melt to the ground like a glowing gopher.
As I tell you, it's nothing compared to the might of Morden. I dash to get my brethren out of here.
All right.
However, a wise man knows when to flee from a burning building. Not to be forbidden one, have we? Wink.
Fortunately, you guys did have about an hour, so I'll give you the short rest.
Yay.
You get that in. Just as everybody reappears in the tower and is like, I think the place is about to do something bad. So who's doing what to leave? Who's carrying whom?
I'm going to carry Adric.
I'll carry Gundren.
I'm going to carry the stuff.
So it was an hour. I'll change back to a dwarf. And I'll carry 2. I'll help carry 2.
What do we need to carry? I'm good.
Yeah, and we're gonna
immediately leave the way you came in.
Yeah, leave the way we came in. Get out. We're gonna get at least several hundred yards away from this place and see if it smolders into a big pit.
All right. So we'll put you back on the map here.
We can head back to where we left the poor pony.
Yeah.
Euphemia's pony.
So the let's scroll down to where we're on the map here. So you guys do manage to exit the castle. And believe it or not, I wrote for this earlier. The pony is still there and totally fine.
Yes.
Believe it or not. This is excellent.
You sure it's not being stalked by a direwolf or a giant toad?
No, neither of those things. It has not been eaten by a giant toad or
I don't want it to be
as much as you love that pony.
I want us to catch it stalking it right at the moment.
Right. So you've successfully exited the castle, and you've also managed to get both dwarves to safety.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Unless anybody has a disagreement, we should get to a safe distance and take a long rest. Get our hit points back, our spells.
Yeah, let's head south.
Thrall, do you have any level of magical might left to allow us to pass without trace? I would hate any parties to track us down.
Sadly, I do not have that much left. I have magic left. I don't have that kind of power left, though.
Maybe it's a short rest. Would that get you there or no?
Oh, unfortunately, nature doesn't work the same way you do. Not for me, anyway.
Okay,
there are some druids that. I'm not even talking in my voice. There are some druids that that actually can spend so long since I've talked.
I didn't miss it.
All right. So there are some druids that are more connected to the circles of natural magic than myself. I'm more connected to the sway of the moon, if you will.
Oh, Euphemia, you're good at tracking things now, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you good at hiding tracks?
I can do
Good
that.
question.
Yes.
Halflings are naturally good at it.
I trust Thrall to get us there. I need you to cover our tracks, Euphemia.
All right, let's do it that way then.
Sounds like a plan.
So we'll spend a little extra slow time just to, confuse people to where we're going and all that kind of stuff before we then speed up to take our long rest, Russ. That's the hope anyway.
Russ, I use
go
the
ahead.
map knowledge I have and my to give me advantage on my survival check to get us to the right place.
Excellent. Why don't you go ahead and do that? So you guys are trying to find a safe place relatively nearby. How far away are you moving?
18. I like to roll the same number a lot. Look at that.
How far from the castle are you heading?
We're going to head in a...
And which direction?
Well, the wave echo is, let's go... Well, we don't want to cross paths with them if they're traveling that way. So let's head south for now.
Yeah.
To the edge of the woods?
We're going to head towards the edge of the woods here.
All right.
I like it.
Fast way out. So two things is we want to think, do we want to go to Agatha's lair or are we heading right to and of course, because we have our brethren, the cave in
was Agatha all along.
It was.
I was trying so hard not to say anything.
So I was going to say, do we want to see if the cave in is hospitable for our brethren to rest at, or if it needs to be cleansed of more hobgoblins and bugbears?
Snob goblins?
Snob goblins.
Euphemia, what do you think of the cave in for healing for our kin? Is it safe enough? I've never been there.
I think that's a really good idea, Bear Brother.
I have to agree. Like Phandalin was filled with arsonists, and then people got taken from the streets, and we don't know who's cult adjacent. I mean, a cultist. I mean, a friend of the spider.
We probably could trust Euphemia's aunt there, though.
It's true, but she's one small halfling who's we've already brought so much trouble to her house. They flat out tried to set it on fire.
I thought she was the master assassin that trained Euphemia.
She is not.
Oh, my bad.
Not that I know of.
I guess I wrote that down wrong. Sorry about that, Thrall.
That was the memory thing you told me.
I had down Master Chef and Master Assassin.
That makes sense.
Sorry about that.
Then I say we take the long rest and we follow Euphemia's lead. I don't know what's in this cave in. You've mentioned a bugbear, and so far your minions we haven't been able to trust. But
and Euphemia, do you feel it might be better to take care of Agatha's lair and these orcs that were a problem for Phandalin before we go to Cave Echo Wave Canyon mine?
Wave Canyon.
I'll pose the question back to you both, since this is the mission of the dwarves.
I believe that the reason that our kin are in the state that they are for this long of a period is because Ulrich got sidetracked to the well.
I was on the way to Thunder Tree to find Cragmaw, so actually it was all part of the plan.
My point is, I don't think we should be sidetracked any longer. Let's deal with the Wave Echo Mine first.
Now,
I'm feeling really strong about going to Agatha's lair and the orcs because the Phandalin is in trouble.
I'm a little fuzzy on good and bad things. So we got rid of the doppelganger that was posing as the spider.
Right.
Now, do we have the critical something that the spider actually wants? Or did the spider get the critical information from the dwarves? And when will they be mentally together enough to actually talk to us?
That's a good question, Pyrrhic, but really the question should be, how quick can your aunt make crumbleberry pie? Because really, we need to take the dwarves to Phandalin, get them some crumbleberry pie, get them back into shape, and then have a chat. at your aunt's house with some coffee.
You know, Bear Brother, I was persuaded to go to the Echo Inn, but I sure could use some blueberry crumble right about now.
They have apple crumble.
I'm looking at the map. Phandalin is actually much closer to Wave Echo Cave than the cave.
Yeah, I'm fine with going to Phandalin. We need to regroup, and I don't know anything about this cave, and our kin needs some tending to.
Yeah, the question is, what is safer?
That's true.
We know for a fact there are members in the town who are on the side of the spider in multiple ways.
Correct.
They're red hand. Their base was there for a reason. They were just swept up from the streets and then taken here. In the case of Adric,
but Pyric,
I don't trust Phandalin, the people of Phandalin, for that reason.
I'm not sure the cave-in's any safer, although I know our bugbear converts there, but the hobgoblins were based out of there, it sounded like.
Oh, I don't think it's safer, but we've already proven once that we can kill everyone in there.
That is true. That is true. And we have 2 more dwarves once they wake up.
When you see Pyric make the space and you see his eyes light up with fire, like actual fire, like gleams around the edges, then he contains himself. The idea that the cave-in has betrayed is filling him with madness. So maybe it's a terrible idea to bring Pyric and Cowlick there because they both have an agenda that might not match up with the party's agenda. Just so you know.
I think it matches up perfectly with my agenda.
I say we go, Euphemia, I say we go to Phandalin. But you can make the final call.
I am neutral in this, knowing that I am biased.
I would like to visit the cave-in, but I'm happy to go to Phandalin. But if we go to Phandalin, I would recommend we take our time so our brethren are as strong as possible, because Phandalin is a den of thieves and murderers.
And one good halfling.
And several good. I'm not saying all of them, just some of them. And
what does Pyric say in character? Was that all in character what you said?
Oh, the in character was definitely that. We can kill every one of them.
Okay. All right. I think I want to see.
Sheppy was shaking his camera. If you're not watching the video, when his character is angry, like his whole background shakes. Do that again, Sheppy. That was excellent. We can kill every one of them.
I know. I've got a lot of weird tricks. I'm glad you noticed
every one of them.
It's almost like the heat miser like animation.
Right. It zooms right in.
Yeah. I was persuaded for Phandalin until I began to get concerned that the place is overrun. Although I am worried about Auntie. I hope she's safe. But that stew was really good at the cave in. And I'm a little bit upset that they're not listening to Pyric. So I vote the cave in.
Well, you're in charge, Euphemia.
You are the leader. We listen to you. Your vote counts to 7.
I vote for yours truly.
Cave in.
Me too.
If we're going to the cave-in, we have to get both our brethren on their feet then.
We spend the night here, obviously, so they can at least be walking.
Yeah, that's 3 more days before they'll at least 2 more days before they'll be really well.
I don't think we have a dearth of time now that they've been rescued. I believe we can take our time, make sure their strength is up. Right now, the rush to find this place was to save our brethren before they were bled out.
Well, there's also a rush to stop this greater evil from reaching the Wave Echo Cave, and we don't know that the Black Spider's not there right now.
It does no good if we're dead. We must rest and take our time. We must be able to talk to Gundren at the very least and find out what they know, what they found out from him, which we'll know in a day. He'll be able to talk easily to us. One night's camp is better to be prepared than it is to rush in blind.
I think
unless you're, of course, Shadeen.
I think we're all in agreement, at least one night, right? And then we can find some information there because we need to know, like, they left, if they got what they wanted, the dwarves wouldn't be alive. And they seem to need this stone. And I need some time to think about the stone. I'll check some of my notes. I'll look at some stuff. And then I will spend some time identifying the various things. And maybe there'll be more clues.
I have a thought, too. How far away is the cave-in from the party camp as far as travel days?
Great question. So let me just do some quick measurement here with my handy dandy measuring tool.
While he's doing that measurement, please note that I handed out coin in the chat. Please note it on your character. If you choose not to take it, then it's going to go to Pyrrhic for spells so he can make scrolls. So
I thought you were just holding all the stuff because I have a whole list of stuff to give you, Joel.
Oh, I'm going to give these to the characters in case we go to Phantom to buy stuff.
Okay.
The regular stuff I don't really care about. I just want that to go out. And then if John's going to not get the Electrum Gold, then I'm happy to give it to you because I only need it for armor.
Yeah, give Pyrrhic my portion or keep it. I don't care.
Yeah, so double yours.
Well, while he's thanks, Joe. While he's calculating distances, John, what I'm thinking is if we're going to camp in the woods and let the dwarves recover for 3 days, you and I and whoever else wants to go can scout the cave in, see what kind of situation it's in.
Yeah, as a player, I don't care what we do as a player, but as a player, I just want you to know there will be a fight at the cave in. There will not be a fight at Phantom. So whatever you're.
Well, how do you know that?
I just know
Did Pyrrhic not make it clear that there's an agenda?
Oh, no, I know. But there could be fights at Phandalin if it's overrun.
We could get jumped in Phandalin, but I think we cleared most of that problem out. But you're right. There is the possibility we could be attacked in Phandalin. There's definitely going to be a brawl in Cave In, though.
So I'll make an argument. In Phandalin, we're more exposed because there will be more of them. They know we care about some people. They will take them hostages, and they're innocent people that we might have to save.
That's fine.
I don't think Morden or his death squad cares about anybody who is in the cave in currently. Unless, of course, the Knight's pole salesman, Phil, ended up getting trapped in the cave in. I feel like...
All right, so how many days' journey is it to the cave in?
Okay, so I have good news and bad news. The good news is it's not very far. The bad news is I'm going to rule you guys are moving at a slow pace because you have no steeds and you're carrying 2 badly injured
That may be
dwarves.
another reason to go to the cave in then.
So the cave in is 13 miles away from where you are now. And according to my handy dandy Dungeon Master's travel pace reference, you can do 18 miles in a day at slow pace. So 13 miles would be most of a day to get to the cave in. Phandalin, unfortunately, is about 40 miles away, which at normal speed would be a little less than 2 days, but at this speed is closer to 3.
All right, slight clarification on that, Russ. I wasn't proposing when I was asking you that we bring the dwarves, because my understanding is we're camping for at least 24 hours so they can talk. And then I wondered if me and John and anybody else who wants to go can zip over to the cave in and zip back and scout.
I love scouting. I love it when spiders, big and small, scout. I love it when halflings scout. I love anybody who can generate darkness despite their cultist heritage. All these things are really good.
Well, I'm going to say one thing, and this is Euphemia. Obviously, I respect your scouting ability, and you're there for the party, really. But I would highly caution you to split to. There's one thing that I've learned as a dwarf: it's never split the party.
Well, we scouted Cragmar Castle.
You mean Thrall did?
Yeah, that was just Thrall. We lost Thrall. No mind.
Oh, I see. Now.
Acceptable losses.
I feel
Who cares about you, Euphemia? That's what you're missing.
By the way, you're welcome that the Shadow Child and I cleared out the other castle while you were messing around.
The entire castle.
I sort of I
got
realized
your cult right here. I mean, I've got your cult right here.
So you're trying to silence the people who would out you. Is that it, Shadeen?
No one's outing anyone. Everyone who might be out is already out.
It seems to me I've got another reason. We could scout it out. I'm with you with scouting it out, Euphemia, but let's let them rest and stay here, and then we can scout it out when we get a little bit closer.
Yeah, I wasn't. This is out of character. I wasn't thinking of going in. I was thinking of the old Western tactic where you crawl up to the edge of the cliff and you observe from like a mile away. That's what I was talking about. To be able to go for 2 reasons. One is it's no fun to create a separate adventure from the whole group anyway. So my thought was while they're 24 hours resting, whoever does the cliff peering over, if that's even possible, if Russ is like, no, it's all, you have to get within 6 inches, then I'm saying.
Is that something you could be proficient in, cliff peering over?
Yes.
I'll
allow a good cliff peer. I mean, that seems fine.
It's a feat.
All right. So why don't we do this? We've only got a couple moments left for the evening. We have a couple options now. So it sounds like, let me play back what I'm hearing. You guys want to take basically a double long rest here. Is that what I heard? 24 hours?
Well,
you can't rest more than once in 24 hours, Russ.
You can only do one long rest in 24 hours.
So we're going to do one long rest here at the currently marked party camp, which is a little bit south of Cragmaw Castle. So that's 8 hours. While that's happening, everyone's going to stay together, or is some people going off?
Well, I think this is what we should do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we have to, if 8 hours of rest gets these guys back on their feet so they can actually move themselves, then 8 hours is all we'll rest, but we might have to wait 48 hours, basically.
I thought you guys said it was 3 days.
Well, it's three long rests, but 3 long rests is going to be 3 24-hour periods, basically.
Right.
For them to be able to walk.
No, not to walk. Walking's only one rest, I think, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
so right now,
who's got
right now they are speed reduced to 0 after 24 hours.
Yeah.
They will have just half their maximum hit points, disadvantage on attack and saving throws. Their speed is still half. But they're still moving. So they're moving 10 feet instead of 25 feet.
So you're still going to have slow party movement.
And they won't get to full speed, to regular speed for 1, 2, 3, 4 days of rest.
Yeah.
It's going to take 4 days for them to get to regular speed.
So what I love about this mechanic is super exhausted, really wounded people just can't hop up and do a 12-day march.
Cool. Unless they have
now, if
restoration.
you had a way to transport them, let's say you hadn't fed a bunch of draft horses to dragons, for example.
Then we fed one of us to those horses. Is that what you're saying,
fair.
Mr.
I'm
Universe?
throwing out, woulda, shoulda, couldas, really.
So I agree. Let's see how they start. Let's wait 8 hours, see what we can find out from them. And then also the idea of going to cave in is starting to, first of all, it's shorter and we're walking with really tired folk, but also you just sort of reminded me that there's an association between Cragmaw and this cave in. Perhaps they have information about the Black Spider there as well.
Yes.
Now that I understand we don't have to wait 3 days for them to walk, yes, I agree.
We know Captain Zonga was supposed to go back to the cave-in, but immediately came to Cragmaw. That is this very suspicious thing for you, a bugbear cook.
The other problem is Calic told me you let a goblin go.
Of course.
He's probably in the cave-in telling him we're on our way, just so you know.
Well, wouldn't that be a pity?
They would be afraid.
Wouldn't that be a terrible pity if they were waiting for us with their arms bared after being warned the Frostbeards were back?
Okay, DM homework for us. I will need to know identify to the items, the spell books, and other kinds of stuff. And then we'll also take this offline to do some of the consensus. So that
and if anybody wants the healing potion, I honestly have lay on hands if somebody doesn't have healing or feels it'd be better to have it. But
probably should go to.
I'm sorry. Is that you're saying you want 4 of them?
We have 4 of them.
All right. Oh, you have 4 healing potions.
We have 4.
Yeah, you've got a lot of healing potions.
So let's get into let's divide them up between Pyric, Shadeen, and Euphemia.
Yeah, I could use one.
That's 3.
The rest of us can heal. So
who wants the 4th one?
I'll take it.
All right, Garlic. So everybody mark down that was just named to get their healing potion.
So for next time, we'll go through all the magic items that were found. We'll do the long rest just as a point of view of what you discovered during the long rest. Yes, John?
Did we raise level?
No. No, you did not. Just to be dramatic, Pyric, as you're entering your long rest and you start looking through all this stuff, you notice that both the spell books that you found on the dead hobgoblin spellcasters both had the same stamp on the inside cover, which says property of the Hobgoblin Academy of Devastation.
So Russ, can we assume that we did a long rest and with our spells or not?
Yeah, you can go ahead and reset your characters from a long rest. A long rest will be successful.
And I'm very excited to talk to Adric and Gundarin.
Yeah, so we'll kick off next session with that.
And you get Terrence to come back just for this discussion.
And Shadeen, thanks to your excellent trap discovery skills, you are doing the summary next time.
Wait, I took
no, that was
John, right?
I discovered the trap and then executed
the dwarf has to
perfect
take
backwards shoulder roll.
You mean the cultist tumble?
Flourish.
The cultist tumble?
people who are trying to identify other people and push upon them their identity as a cultist identify that as a cultist role. But I think that's just a kind of sushi.
Are you saying I know you are, but what am I?
That's what I heard.
I am saying that I am made of rubber and you are made of glue, and therefore thy aspersions cast upon me bounceth off and sticketh to you.
All right, awesome. All right, everyone. On that note, we will wrap it up tonight, and we'll see you next time on Roleplay 8 Charisma. Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.